Hello everybody. As I promised on the Facebook, I will make a video. I was thinking about how many videos will I make out of this latest discoveries about soul and about relationship specifically. I think that this video is gonna be one of the most important ones that I've been made so far, and I really suggest you to watch this one till the end. I will make some probably another videos that I'm gonna go more deep on the latest stuff. Um, but at the beginning, I want to talk about is that we have so many layers inside of us. And today I was kind of like meditating. I also talk with my soul partnership, Alina. If you don't know her, go to Facebook, you'll see her picture. Um, and we were working this inner work with her, and all of a sudden there was a discovery that inside of the higher self there is two things. The first thing is the higher self. That is something that protects you, something that really protect everything. It acts exactly as description of the ego, and the ego is preventing you to move on. But before to go into to this, I want to talk about a little bit about the relationship and what's going on. As we as a society today that we live, we create standards. We create these frames, labeling. We create this social status. We create this division, dividing on cultures, dividing on depends on what place on earth we live as a countries, and everything it's about to divide us more and more and more separately. On the other side, we are limited as far as that you will do only this and that. You won't be able to go from one place to another. You need to special permissions to do this and this. You need to special stuff to do certain things. Another side, if you take a look, each of the religions says you can only do this and this. You can't do nothing that it's out of this religion. And everything's talking about limitations. Everything it's about limits you to limit yourself uh, by what the society says, or what the government says, or what the religion says, and what the people surrounding they say. But there is something else inside of you. It's called soul that says what it needs to be. Sometimes that soul would sleep inside of you, and you never get awakened. And what I mean by awaken is when your soul awakes. It's this conclusion that you live in a different world, and that different world it's much better in reality compared to the what we are living within the matrix. And let me explain how we're living within the matrix. In the matrix, we have on the front of us this mask. We put this mask that this mask represents us of how we are fitting within the society. That we have to have a good job, we have to have a good house, we have to have such an amount of money, we have to have certain social status, we need to be born on the right side of the fence, we need to be on a very special country. We need to be in a very special place. So we can show up the society that we haven't made. And we get married like everybody else. And when we get married, then you're living with someone, but you show up only this face mask. You never show up your true self. So over the years, when you are married, little by little, you're dropping off that mask away, simply because you trust your partner, you trust your spouse, and what your spouse face is your shadow. And I will go through all the face, I will go through the shadow, I will make completely different videos about them. And the shadow is the place that we hide our true self behind this shadow inside of us. And if everything is okay, everything is perfect, we're gonna be strive to go up and higher and connect to something more in love. Like every couple out there in the world, they try to make their relationship better. They try to do these things much better. And then you're looking at the inner self. If you break that shadow is removed, you will see the inner self. The inner self, this part, it's actually what you truly are. This part, it's very deep in you. You say what you have to say, you do what you have to do. You don't care about the outcomes, fears, anything. This is your true self. And this true self, it's very powerful. And this is the inner self of you as personality, and you determine your actions. And this inner self has a specific to you archetype, if you properly pronounce it, on it, that you could be king, queen, you can be pirate, you can be a ninja, you can be probably Zen master or a shaman, or whatever that inner self is. Usually that is the something that you're the most interested to it. It could be a profession that you are more interested into it, but this is your inner self. And that inner self could be a very protective. The inner self, it's protecting something inside of you, and that something inside of you, it's your soul. It's protecting you from harm, it's protecting you from lies, it's protecting you from you to care about yourself. If someone comes in and says something about you that is not true, your ego's coming out, which is coming out of the inner self, and it's like, you know what, you should not say this bullshit about me. If you haven't been put your soul in charge, yes, the ego will come out and you're gonna say what you need to say. If your soul is in charge with you, together with the ego, your soul will tell you know what, let them talk the bullshit. The truth is one, and truth will speak for itself. I don't have to deal with it. But that is only when you evolve on that part. And for this introduction video, I want to do that when you face this inner self, that inner self could be either the soul, either the ego. And that inner self can lead you to a battles inside of you, create dualities inside of you, simply to push it to a place that you never been to before. You to see battles like never been done before, battle with yourself, simply because you want these things to happen. But if you're not a soul awakening as a soul and you don't know how this is structured, the most of people, what they do is they have these fights between the two egos without realizing that whatever they do is the one ego try to protect the other from harm. And those battles within the egos cause a lot of people to get separation, divorces, and so on and on and on. Friends, relationship, stuff at work, you don't like a job because your boss pushing your ego. You can name it. Simply because nobody was teaching you that before you do any relationship, you have to have the relationship within the soul first. And this is the part when the twin flame comes in, because twin flames first, they connected within the soul. And when they connected within the soul, they know the road they have to go through. And twin flames first learn what twin flames is. And after that, they're done with the learning. They get a so-called union, but the union is actually not done yet. They're just making agreement to work together when they become part of physical, and when they decide to be on partnership and relationship together to work this inner work. And when I work this inner work, the twin flames, they begin from the soul, and they go through their egos, they go through the shadow, and then they go to the mask. And then they meet on the physical. And when they meet in the physical, they see the masks. And when they see each other, they know that those masks are face masks. They are not true self. Simply because they already know what they exist. And you might not gonna like that physical part and not maybe have a physical problems to be close by to each other, because the tensions of this, it's gonna be high. And when you pass through this step on it to take the masks off, you will face the next stage. The next stage will be facing the shadow. You will look into the shadow of your twin, the shadow of what do they hide, what do you hide. And this is going to be a challenge, because you will see all the stuff that they do or they have, or whatever their lifestyle is at the moment. Maybe they're not in a current position that they're in a good position in life, but you're gonna be accepting it as the way they are, simply because you know you're going through for something else. Even though you don't understand at the beginning, you don't figure this part, you understand there is something more you to discover together. And once the shadow is past, you all of a sudden see this different personality inside of your twin. A personality that freaks you out. It's like there's somebody else. There's something else that you never seen and you never thought. And that personality will comes in and it's gonna say, yes, now you know. I am my inner self. I am my truth. And this is who I am. And now, as a soul, you will go and see that inner self of your twin. You will look at it, what the things are, what the personality is, and then you figure out that that personality is got an inner self on its own. You will figure out that this is the highest self, but the higher self is got an inner self on its own. And this is where the soul actually lives, inside of the higher self. And you start working with the higher self of that person. You start working with this part that everything is good, everything is great, and you're working on you at the same time with your soul partner. And yes, there is the triggers, there is the BS, and there is everything, you name it. And most of the twin flames will not talk about these parts. Most of the twin flames will not even mention about these parts. Simply because if you know what's coming, you are not going to go through it. But how high is your love? How strong is your love in the soul? The love can overcome everything. And what's the lessons of everything, we weren't going to make more video about this, is that the higher self inside the two portions of it will start creating a balance. That's the balance between the ego and the soul to work together for the common benefits of the person itself. And then you're going to be really awakened, because when you awaken, you will understand how many lies and how much really crap was been taught to you. How many things you've been lying to. How many things there were wrong. And you might get really pissed off, because the truth would start to come out on its own. The truth that you never had education, that the proper way to have a relationship is first in the soul. And you don't have to look the person physicalities, the person's lifestyle. You don't have to look the person what is his social status is out there in the society, simply because they're so like you. And that archetype of the inner self that it's inside, if you, for example, that is a pirate, we'll pick it up, a pirate. The pirate, if you take a look, he's been taken from someone and given to somebody else, or fighting for more to take more. But what is that got to do with your inner self? Simply the person who has to love you, who has to understand you, has to fight this pirate. Has to fight this grumpy pirate who probably negligent in a way, and he's not very well educated. But this pirate protects the soul of that person. And you have to tell that the pirate can live a normal life. Doesn't have to be a pirate. The pirate can go ahead and have a house, have a family on his own. He doesn't have to all the time search the sea. He doesn't always have to go and kill for a living. The pirate can become and a good, honorable man, to face his total opposite side. And that part, it's a journey that the soul will teach the ego, and they'll become within the balance. And when this balance is achieved inside of the person, then the love is going to be kicked in and the soul is going to be under control. And once the soul is under control, the soul already will know how to be in love with another soul. So I will be making some more videos about this. I will be making videos as they come, as they go. But my advice personally to you is that try to understand yourself much more, much little bit better as personality. What are you missing? What are you striving for? What are you living your life for? Because you can wear that mask in the front of everybody, and that was just a mask. You never live a true life. You may live in your shadow, hiding anything and everything from everybody. Never live your true self. You may have these people comes in and trigger your ego after they understand your inner you. And you will keep on fighting. Fighting what? Fighting yourself. You try to live your true self, your true love, until you understand that you have to find this balance in you to have a better life, to have a better love, and to understand that your soul is strong. It's something much more powerful than anybody told you before. And you cannot even understand this unless you're living into, you experience it too. And every day you're getting strong and strong and strong and strong, and you keep going stronger and happier. Be loved.